Hey guys, Mark here. I'm reporting from the southwest coast of Okinawa. We're about 24 hours away from the start of the winds from Typhoon Trami. And this area here, this is just around the corner here. We've got Tsunabe. Over behind me here we've got the main American village kind of complex all over here. But out on the reefs here, we've been told to expect anywhere up to about 30 to 40 foot waves. So whilst at the moment it's nice and calm, pretty much the calm before the storm, this whole area here is expected to be a completely different picture, even by about midday tomorrow. So we'll keep peeled for that. At the moment it's looking like the potential for about 40, 50, 60 mile an hour winds with gusts up to about 90 mile an hour. If it gets stronger than that, the storm's moving very, very slow at the moment, probably only about 1 mile an hour, 300 miles south of us at the moment, and the south point, or the south end of the island being down across over this way here. So this is all the American village complex here, but the south is all the way down there. Keep going around, that's all Okinawa over there, and then the airport and everything else is just way down that way. So as you can see here, it's nice and relatively calm at the moment, but like I said, by tomorrow that should all change. Behind me we've got Tsunabe, which stretches off over in this area here, and you can already see that even though the tide's quite low, we're still getting quite a lot of waves along the reef here, and that's just an indication to show that even at low tide we've got these waves here. So by tonight, when it gets high tide, I'm expecting there to be quite significant waves here. This might actually be the area that I come to try and photograph the sunset, because I think it'll be quite dramatic with the waves, but let's just wait and see if the weather even allows me to get down here, so that'll be good. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back towards the house, which is over towards the American village area over here, and I'm going to prep, get some shopping in, get some water in, and just make sure that we've got what we need at the house before I start making any plans to go out and enjoy myself with some storm photography. So let's go and get that sorted out and we'll be good to go. I'm just heading to the store, which is just down the road from us. We're in the Pt.1 area now of Okinawa, which is on the west coast. The wind and the storm's coming from the kind of like the southeast, so we're going to be in the lee of the wind, which is a godsend, I guess. But we're still going to get huge amounts of rain. The forecast thus far is for about 30 centimeters of rain per hour, which is crazy. So that's going to be one thing to see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this video up into 3 parts. So we're going to have the planning and the prepping, that's all this now, and me just kind of building up to it, and then we'll have another one that will be during. So whatever I can try and film or photograph from our apartment or wherever it's safe to do so, when the storm is raging, then I'll bring that to you. And then finally we'll have the third part, which will be the aftermath. I'm basically going to, once the rain stops, towards like even Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, the rain is supposed to stop, and it should allow me the chance to get out and photograph and film a little bit of the after effects, if there's any damage, any flooding, any turning cars upside down, whatever. But yeah, we'll just have a look and see what this storm does once it's left our immediate area. So awesome. We'll be at the shops in a minute, and I'm just going to be stocking up on dry food, stuff that we don't have in the house, stuff that we don't need an electric cooker for, that we can just add water and heat water up with our little cooker at home, with a gas stove that we've got at home, if we lose all kind of power. So all good stuff. I've got loads of lights and batteries and all that kind of stuff, so we should be good. Well, it's already started to rain out there. I've just got back from the shop, just got supplies for a couple of days, a few days. In the worst case scenario, always prep for the worst case scenario. I've got enough food for the 3 of us to last 3 days with water. So let's just take a quick look at what we've got. So the kinds of foods that I normally stock up on, dried foods, peanuts, gotta have my peanuts, just dry cookies, that kind of stuff. These are obviously quite dry, they've got a bit of salt in them, so they might make you a bit thirsty, but we've got stacks and stacks of water. So just probably about 3 boxes, so 36 litres of water. That's just drinkable water. We fill the bathtub up so that we've also got water that we can use for flushing the toilet if the power gets cut. And also for boiling and things like that. So a big bathtub full of water for all the ablutions, as it were, and 36 litres for 3 of us, well 2.5 because our boy's only 6 years old, for a couple of days at least, no problem. What I also generally tend to buy are little terry towelings. You get these in packs of 6, they're only small little cubes. But what we find, especially when you have a storm with very high velocity winds, you get the seals in windows and French doors like we've got here, and seeing as the wind is pretty much going to be coming from this direction, so onto these windows, I'm a bit concerned that we're going to get water being forced up underneath the seals. So I've got these so that we can just tear them into strips and jam them down and just create almost like a gasket between the French windows and the inside. More on the food, pot noodles, okay, simple meals, maize if you want maize, other tins, baked beans, okay, always a good one. Obviously try not to eat too many baked beans in a storm. You never know when the power's going to come on and you can't go outside with all the windows taped shut. Fish, tin fish, my wife loves fish, Japanese, normal. Other stuff, got tinned fruit, pineapple, luncheon meat, more fish, sliced mangoes, okay, just sauces. Normally my wife makes her own spaghetti sauce, but in this case when we probably won't have a lot of electricity and limited gas, we've just got these little sauces that we can boil up. Not the best thing to eat, maybe full of chemicals or more chemicals than we would normally have in our diet, but when push comes to shove and you've got no other option, we've got those. Okay, more noodles, crikey, more spaghetti again. What's this? More mangoes, tuna, peanut cookies, yum yum. More peanuts, pot noodles, fruits, more fish. You get the gist. But this will be enough for 3 of us for about 2-3 days in the most dire circumstances. Always better to be prepared than not. So I don't think that we're going to need it, but it's there if we need it. So all good. I just put all of this in a box, tuck it out of the way, good to go.